Good morning, brothers and sisters. This is the Amun, Chronicles, chapter 18. My opinion. Literally my opinion. With my experience. Wedding is a failure. Getting married is a failure. I want you to hear me now. Getting married is a failure. Pause. Brothers and sisters, don't get offended because I said marriage is a failure, because it is. Now, is it a failure for all people? Nah, it's not, realistically. But it's a failure to a great average of people. And you don't know why your marriage failed you. You says, I want to get married, but you don't believe in marriage. You don't believe in the responsibility that comes with marriage. That's why it's a failure. You get married because you think it's a prize, something to do, to brag about, but you truly don't believe in marriage. The consequences and repercussions of dealing with marriage, you don't have the concept. Even when the preacher or the pastor, whoever is marrying you, tells you for better or worse, you don't hear those words. This is Sex Chronicles, chapter 18, part 1, weddings. Ask yourself, why did you get married in the first place? What is the reason why you want to get married? What is the true reason why you want to get married? Huh? You don't even know, and that's just a fact. You have not a clue why you want to get married. You all believe in an illusional lifestyle. Monogamy. Marriage to you is monogamy. Marriage to you is that you believe you have this individual locked and sealed. You believe it. You believe what they told you. Your mother, your father, your grandmother, your grandfather. But you believe this. You absolutely believe that you are locked and sealed, and my life is going to be beautiful. Your life is never going to be beautiful. Who say marriage is beautiful? First of all, going through the whole content of being married. First of all, going through the whole conception, the whole ordeal of getting married. The bouquet, the dress, the tuxedo, and your bridesmaids. It all depends on how much you got, really, and how much money you're going to spend for some of y'all. You know, if your father and your mother happen to be this well off, good, your wedding is going to be very fabulous, okay? And you're going to have something to talk about for a couple of years. But for others, some people are going to go to the justice of peace. Some people are going to go to the justice of peace, and they fine with that. And they'll probably go have a nice wedding reception, and then you go on to your honeymoon. Now, let's use me for example, brothers and sisters. I got married 2 different ways. But what I'm about to tell you, only one of them still lasts to this day. I got married by the government. And this is where, even though I'm telling you this information, a lot of you are just cognitive dishonest. So I'm just giving you this information to hope to help somebody. I got married by the government. And that means you draw papers, you sign at the Justice of Peace, and then from there, you go on through the traditional way, right? Now, wedding dress, beautiful. I had bought my own tuxedo, okay? My friends, they rented a tuxedo, but I bought my own tuxedo. Real talk, real time, okay? So I just want you to know that, yes, your brother Shu Amun Ra, I got married by the government. And when you get married by the government, it's exactly what I'm saying. You legally married to that woman, but you legally bound to the government, because if it happened that you need to get this so-called divorce, you're going to pay for it. And it all depends how much money you worth. It all depends. Real talk. Because you're going to pay the government to get that divorce. Because real marriage, brothers and sisters, real marriage, there is nothing such thing of a divorce. When it's literally bound, death do you part. This is why I tell y'all, you don't believe in marriage. How is a divorce rate is up to 75, close to 80% divorce rate? Huh? Your commercial marriage, that's what you do. I did it. Huh? I got married at the Transit Museum. It was a big thing. Shit, 75% of the people, I didn't even know who the fuck they was. Real talk. If anybody know about the Transit Museum, right? That's where I got married at the Transit Museum. Real talk. So, if you don't know, trust and believe, you're wasting your time. And when a woman, see, now you get the woman going, my marriage. She tell you, my marriage. Since, why is it her marriage? I thought it was both of y'all. Right? I mean, isn't that what it's about? It's both of y'all. But women don't even do that both no more. They go, my marriage. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's kind of crazy, but it is. Women think you marry them, and it's a privilege to marry them. Per se, it is. But they go, my marriage, and you better be there. Real talk. You better be there. You better show up. You better obey. You better be respectful. You better not chicken out. Women turn the marriage into a fucking parade. Real talk. Turn a marriage into a goddamn parade. And you, as a man, supposed to show up to the parade. You're supposed to show up to the parade and perform the way they want you to do. All right, brothers, we're going to go on time out. Gotta take care of some business. So the woman, she thinks this is a goddamn parade. Literally, a wedding is a parade. But you don't believe that, because you follow along with it. You follow along with the wedding because you want to make her happy, right? And don't realize you're not happy. You realize that you're not happy. You're doing this to me, well, I want to please her. That's not what marriage is all about, brothers and sisters. No, that's not what marriage is all about. It's a duel. It's togetherness. But you men have allowed yourself to get captivated by the woman's trap. Yeah, I know you wasn't expecting that. By the woman's trap. You know what that trap is? Huh? The trap, she traps you mentally first. I know you thought I was going to talk about her body. Oh yeah, we're going to get there. Because she knows, now here's the thing, brothers and sisters. She knows that you want to sleep with her. She needs to find out how can I say this? How bad, rather. How, not ancient, but how, I hate sometimes, you know how you forget the words? But it's like you anxious. Ah, damn, I'm so anxious. Yeah, because she's studying you, brothers. And then you as a man, the woman, she's not thinking about sex the way you think she is, unless she's a nymphomaniac or something. But 9 out of 10 females, they're not thinking about fucking. That's not on their agenda. Now, even though they want sex too, and just as much as you or more, but it's not on their agenda all the time, you see. See, a wedding for a woman is the catch. I got him. She gonna see how smart you is and see if you so anxious to get into her pussy. Let's call it spade for spade. And a lot of you men are anxious to get into that woman's pussy, and you think, okay, I'll marry her, so she could be happy. But she ain't looking at you like, yeah, I got you, because you're going to be doing whatever I want you to do. She hopes for, okay? That's what she's saying to herself. And then she going to tell her girlfriends, I'm married now. I'm married now. But guess what? We're going to learn today in 6 Chronicles chapter 8, verses 18, part 1. What you see on the outside, it's not what it is. What you see on the outside is one full of lies. Because I'm going to teach y'all today. Getting married is all a game. And yeah, some of you believe in marriage, but some of you, a great percentage of you, end up in divorce. So you think you get married and you think things are special. See, I'm speaking in experience, and I'm speaking of knowing. I'm speaking also knowing so many people, relatives, friends, neighbors, people at the job, married, and you can count them on your hand. How many people is married? And now when people say successful marriage, that word shouldn't even be used in the vocabulary. You mean a marriage of journey, because that's what the fuck your ass is in, including me. You're in a fucking journey, bro. It's real fucking talk. You think you ain't, but you are. You are in a journey with this woman. Ain't about successful. What's successful? When 2 individuals living together, getting to know one another. Real talk. I keep telling you, so many people take marriage as a game. But in part 1, I'm just going to give you the taste of your foolishness. Because you didn't get married correctly. You didn't get married correctly. You got married on false sense of security. I got married in false sense of security many, many years ago. The marriage only lasts for 6 years. For 6 years, the marriage only lasts for 6 years. I knew it was false. I felt it was false. I went through the whole ceremony. Like I told you before earlier in this video. I told you that I got married in a transit museum. It was a big fucking thing. Okay? I wasn't even in the newspapers, in the Daily News. Real talk. There was 2 people that got married that day. There were transit workers and the transit museum. My ex-mother-in-law, she was the supervisor and she orchestrated the marriage at Transit Museum, which it was a beautiful thing. No doubt. It was a beautiful thing. So brothers and sisters, you're not going to tell me nothing that I already know. That's real talk. Real talk. Pause. Unpause. So brothers and sisters, when you think your marriage is just great, and some of you have experienced your marriage, I don't feel sorry for your ass. I don't feel sorry for you because you assume that your marriage is just a great thing. I thought my marriage was great too. So I assumed that my marriage was great, real talk. And in the end, look what happened. Okay? Because we was living in a false content of marriage. We didn't believe that shit. Because we didn't believe it, you thought you was getting married and you thought the marriage was real and it really was fake. You didn't realize your marriage was fake because you do not put in true emphases of marriage. Women get married to control you. They're not going to tell you that shit, but it's a fact. Once every blue now, if a man marries you, he's not marrying you because he loves your fucking ass. Nah. He married you for stability. He needs you to be part of his motherfucking family. That's what that's about. So you got to understand that. So women want you to be married only because she wants you to be under control. And she can tell all her friends, look y'all, I'm married. So on and so forth. We're going to get into part 2, brothers and sisters. And I'm going to get deeper so you get a better understanding. Marriage is false. And I'm going to tell you about the second part of marriage. The real marriage. Not that fake shit. What you be doing. So don't worry about it. I'll see you in part 2. All right? So we can drop that real marriage so you get a true understanding about marriage. Because a lot of you live in a false lie. And that's just a fact. Peace out.